Hi everybody, and welcome to the J.A.W.show. Today is May 6th, 2022. It's my lovely wife's birthday. I wasn't planning on her being here today, but she's here anyway. Yay! I just called and talked out of my ass for half an hour anyway.
You did that at night.
Yeah, I battle a lot in my sleep. But all she hears is...
No, your butt does a lot of talking.
Okay, well, that's why she sits in the living room most nights. I found her out a little bad. So...
And I reciprocate.
That's right, she does. But I'm already asleep by the time she gets up, and then I have headphones for that. Also, she's not as bad of a fighter as me in my sleep. But hers are sneakier than mine, I'll tell you that.
Yep, they are.
She's got old fart syndrome.
Old fart syndrome.
Yeah, what do you want to call that? So, today's episode is called Light Up the Night, and I named it Light Up the Night because she lights up my night. So I was talking a little bit about you today, so I guess it's appropriate that you're here for the show.
Okay.
I guess I want to talk about following those pesky intuitions we have. We had a little altercation over here today around the secret fortress, which we'll never find out where it is. Anyway, but I felt the need to go help someone who I felt was having a pretty bad mental event. Now, I felt strongly for doing this, but my wife, trying to protect me, stops me from going any further. As a good wife should do, she was trying to protect me. Now, I took it a little bit the wrong way. We had a tiff, not an argument there. It was more of a, I'm worried about you, concerned about you, please don't hurt yourself for this. I felt like I could handle it, and I felt like I did try to help. I contacted somebody who had something to do with the situation, and that person took over from there. So, my help wasn't required at that exact moment, but hey, it was offered if they wanted it. So,
that's what kind of a nice man he is for being an evil genius.
Well, you see, the evil genius is just still in the works. They still gotta convince me not to go through with the plan. So, you see, that's what they really, I haven't completed. Once I complete that book, though, guys, once I'm done with it, it's time to go. You know, I'm almost there, so... You guys have to come on here, ask me questions, ask me your deepest, darkest questions you possibly want answered. I'll take them all, bad boy. Okay? You want to turn me into the evil dude who destroys the world? Give me some fucking ammunition. Give me something to go out there and say, hey, you, it's time to start the evil army. It would be a lot scarier than that when it actually happens, but you know, you get the point.
Are megalodons going to be part of your evil plan?
I don't know, I haven't included them quite yet, but they could be coming in quite safely.
Well, they are pretty huge, and they will take out, you know, virtually anything.
No, really, you gotta start smaller, Beth. You can't go to the big guns right away. You gotta start. I was thinking of those little amoebas that can survive anything.
Or tardigrades.
That's what I meant. Tardigrades. I'm gonna start with tardigrades. If I can build an army full of tardigrades, you'll fuck them.
Have you seen their mouths?
That's why I like the giant tardigrades. Can you see it?
Yeah, they'd be like that big.
I said giant.
For them, this is giant.
Okay, mega giant.
Humongous. Prehistoric.
Human size. How about that? Are you scared now? There's a little laugh at you today. So, you know, but in all things, sometimes following your intuitions can be a good thing, and sometimes following your intuitions can be a bad thing. Now, if you have a good, someone in your life to stop you from trying to do stupid shit every once in a while, well, they would have someone to stop you from doing stupid scenarios. But every once in a while, you gotta trust them for they know what they're doing sometimes too. My point of view. This is what I talk about. She had a point of view, I had a point of view. Her point of view is keep me safe. My point of view, help this program who I think is having a mental breakdown at this moment and just need someone to calm him down for 5 seconds. That's it. That's all I did. And I was taking it slowly, and he was a schizophrenic, and as much as I would like to say I know a lot about things, but I've been through the system enough to know what's going on there, so, you know. And then if you count in my psychic intuitions and abilities and stuff, and then my compassionate heart, unfortunately, that ever dies, you're all really screwed. But, you know,
I'll try not to let that happen.
I told her if I had to go become an ambassador, it's her job to kill me, so, that's true enough. If she's willing to kill you because you don't want him to destroy the world, that's how much you love him, well, I can't really fight with that. So,
Unless you kill me first.
well, the kicker of the dollar is you'd have to come back as a ghost to me, because probably the only thing that would ever start it would be you dying from somebody doing something nasty to her. So I got something to do. Don't ever touch my wife. You won't like it when it happens.
Yeah, I'll probably slap you.
I don't know if I finally was the last cog you don't know could happen. I'm a destiny, so if I really wanted something to happen, I bet I could will it into existence if I was really, really intent on doing it. And then I kill myself to do it. I take the chance. I'm not saying I'll go through with it, I'm just saying,
You would consider it.
Calling gasoline on the way doing something, the Hellfire doing something, sending me straight to hell. Well, if I get there, and doing what I think I'm going to do there, well, I'm lost through it, sorry. But fuck the guys that over in the apocalypse, we're going to go straight to just blowing the fucker up.
Yeah.
I'll address both the devil and the God at the same time, and both make them shake their heads and go, shit, I guess we should be giving them that free will crap. But, we have had a lot of experiences in life where we follow our instincts or intuitions, and we turn out just fine. We've actually helped people, and sometimes we go to help someone and we're either being too helpful, or the help isn't, the danger has already passed when we got there too late. So, I'm not much of a psychic, but there are some things I can say I have honestly predicted in this world, so.
That's true.
And she can attest to that because I predicted them right before they happened, and then they happened.
Yep.
I saw COVID coming out, 4 uniforms coming out. And I kept saying, I keep seeing this red dot coming here and killing a lot of people. And I said, we better start warning people because this looks like it's getting massive. And that was a 2-year pandemic because of that. So I saw that in,
19 probably.
Well, it was 18.
18, okay.
Yeah, it was 18 because 19 when it was officially announced. I knew before it was even officially announced.
Yeah, that's when China decided to announce it.
Right, because they couldn't hide it anymore.
Right.
Whatever. I don't care where it came from. It's here, it's done, wherever it was originated in. Whether it was natural, unnatural, or supernatural, who knows? But, if this is supposed to start the apocalypse, I'm still waiting for the world to burn here, and he just falls from the sky, so happy with, so, I gotta do one out.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it.
I don't think the apocalypse happens in like a day. It's gotta happen over several years, because we gotta get to a point where all that stuff just kind of goes, boom, and then it's like no one cares anymore. So.
True. I'm gonna get your smokes.
Okay, she's gonna go get my smoke.
So you can...
Battle out the audience here?
Yes.
Battle out the audience. Let's see here, what kind of technology she's got? Maybe some secret stuff about her.
Not yourself out, sweet.
Yeah. The secret is she keeps her dildos in the kitchen on plates when she's really, really tired. Or, when I'm not in the room and she's having fun playtime because I don't work anymore, well, let's just say I'm no longer dark for into the room. There's a couple of dirty dark secrets, and you should go home for me. Anyway, but, it's a little bit on the later episode here, and I'm sorry about that, but that's kind of when that event was happening, that's when the J.A.W.show was supposed to start, so it happened right around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, so it's kind of amazing that happened at the exact time I was supposed to be starting the show. I can't imagine what you guys all would have heard for half an hour of this guy yelling at the sky, going, something, something, something. Well, he's talking to imagined figure, and he didn't know what was going on, and I kind of felt that way. He said, just take one more. I went up there, and I honestly just approached him slowly. I got closer, and when I thought I got close enough to reach his hand, I was that close. He would have struck me at any time. He could have hit me way before that. He could have went off the deck and thought I was this guy. Well, it's me. It's you. I'm John. I should have said that. I've come to apologize. but it did happen like that. So, I felt a certain way following my instincts to a point. I was actually kind of scared about it. But you know what? Somebody told me I could help him. So I did. I tried to at least. So, and when that didn't work, and my wife protected me, I went back later and got in contact with knowing that at least his family wasn't just dropping him off somewhere and letting him scream at the world, He had an event while someone was doing something else, and, that's all we had to do. So I'm sure if someone called the park manager, who called somebody, and got them down there as fast as they could. So maybe I distracted him long enough to not go chasing after that invisible thing and think it was one of the kids. That's what I was afraid of. So I figured, if he's going to come after anyone, let him think it's me rather than somebody who can't defend themselves. So that was my thinking. As long or good as that was at the time, that's what was going through my head. Just, if he hits me and punches me, I have a black eye for a while, but maybe that's what takes me to break the delusion just a little bit. Maybe he thinks he got the guy, he'll stop his full break and he'll know, because like I said, almost from the very first start, I started approaching him, it didn't seem like someone who had a normal mental breakdown. Like someone who had something going on way more than I could discern. But after a while, I saw the signs, because I dealt with some schizophrenics in my life, and actually helped a couple of them, but, from the disease, but calmed down at the time, they needed to be calmed down. And they were as bad as this guy either, so, they were kids too, so I learned a lot when I was kids, because I was in special ed, and I went through a lot of people who had lots of special problems. So I learned to be a little bit, caring about those special problems,
Yeah, and I've had experience with schizophrenics as two of my sisters had it. And actually, when I saw him and his behavior, not this one, but, the other guy, that was the first thing that popped into my mind is, if he's schizophrenic and he's, out there yelling at whomever or whatever, that can get in a very unpredictable situation really quick, and that's why I was nervous, because yes, he was just standing on his deck hollering and screaming at the world, but my thinking was, you don't know. You wouldn't have known if he had had a knife in his pocket, a gun, any of that. You wouldn't have known. And if he had seen you as a threat, that's what I was concerned about.
And I take that to heart too. And I thought about that before even approaching him. I looked at his hand. He kept putting out his hand, both of his hands, so I knew there was nothing on him. He turned around several times and looked. I looked before I approached to make sure there wasn't a weapon. So I did wait to make sure there wasn't a weapon before even going close to him, just to put that little fight note in there. But she's right. He could have had something concealed I couldn't have seen, couldn't have known about. Maybe he knew how to hit it well, and if he thinks I'm enough kind of kill him, maybe boom, 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 and I'm gone. So, you never know. So that's why it's important to communicate with your partner, even when they don't think they're taking the right action, or if that person believes they are taking the right action, you still gotta try to look out for them. Now, everything worked out like it was supposed to, and, maybe that's all I was meant to do. Maybe all I was meant to do was just have them focus on something else till other help could arrive. That was what I was focusing on too, Yeah. I thought, maybe I need to call 911 too. So I thought, if it gets difficult, I got Beth back there, she'll call 911 and we'll see what happens, A lot of different charges on him with being a mentally ill person, So, but maybe that's all. He needed was somebody to, just focus on one thing. When he told me to get out there, and I was about to, I have a rule. I ask a person 3 times if they want my help. Only 3. If they don't say yes, By the third time, I walk away. Because there comes a point where you have to be able to say to yourself, I can't help this person as much as I want to help this person. Somebody else with more experience than I has to take care of it. Then my next call would have been to the police. Going, I think he's just having a mental breakdown or something. I think someone just needs to calm him down. So I want you guys to understand he's having an episode. I think it's a mental thing. So while you're approaching, be careful and don't have guns drawn, okay?
Yeah.
Well, right now all the team is yelling. He's not hurting anybody, but maybe your presence around him won't be a bad idea in case he does decide to go do something. Now I believe that his mother took his other brother away to a place where they'd be a little bit more able to control him at the time. So, like I said, something happened where, and I had neighbors telling us that it was happening for a couple of days. That's the first time I heard it, so, you know, but sometimes people scream in their houses. If it's in your house, I stay out of it. Unless I'm hearing a kid being abused. I'm sorry, I hear a kid being abused, I'm knocking through the door, I'm knocking whoever's hitting that child out.
Yeah.
Don't care what the consequences for you is. I don't care how much you hate what I do after that. Sorry, didn't mean to actually hurt me. Yeah, see, I abused her. You can all call the cops on me. I actually tried to abuse her. Not on purpose, but I did. No, that was on purpose.
There.
I think you put the last screw back in. How dare you? So, you know... Let's see, where are we at here? Oops. Okay, well, it's 7. I had to check to see the time. Whoops. Those evil people tried to stop my evil plan again. We never know what was going on there, guys. You know, my screen kind of paused there for a second, so I don't know if that happened or not. So, I was just messing around with the computer. It wasn't the evil people this time, so whatever.
Did you see that you have the sound muted?
Yes, because I like